The eyes are on the Jersey Shore. Hello, everybody. I am Vin Ebenu here in the Town Square Media Jersey Shore newsroom in Toms River. And my guests today are David Caldarella, the co-founder and CEO of David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation in Manahawkin, and the police chief in Harvey, Cedars, Robert Burnaford. And we've all picked out this day recently to get together to talk about No Shave November and what David's foundation is and how you could help as well, but we decided to grow our beards a little bit as well. You could feel free to vote on who has the best one. I'm pretty sure I come in third by a distant third here, but you guys look pretty good. Some healthy beard growth there. If you had to choose between the two of you, who has the better beard?
Well, I think David always practiced all year round for this. So, see, I don't have that liberty, but I think we're all doing pretty well.
I think it's...
Did you take the title there?
No, well, I'll take the title begrudgingly, because I think he's just saying that because mine's all gray or leaning gray. But sure, I'll take it.
Fortunately, I don't have any of those, although I'm sure they will come one day. So, listen, it's all fun with the three of us. Anybody out there growing a beard or a mustache or putting on a fake mustache, circa Bobby Valentine back in the day. It worked for him, at least for a little bit back in the dugout. But there's also a lot of great foundations, a lot of great causes throughout the month of November. Men's health, men's awareness, and a number of different causes here. It's with a really true focus on a lot of health and how we could help other people, family, friends, and those in our community. David, I want to start off because I did notice a date today, November 15th, when we're doing this here. 4 days ago was when you officially beat cancer 11 years ago. So I just want to start and pause and say congratulations on that milestone. And I'm sure looking back, I know it was quite a difficult journey for you back then, but just congrats on hitting 11 years.
Thank you. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 11 years, but so grateful to be here, to be doing the mission behind David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation, and honestly, look at each day as a gift, and what can we do with that gift? And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit as to what we're doing. But yeah, each year it is a milestone, and it's something to kind of reflect on and think back a little bit of what that was like, and then be so grateful to be here 11 years later and still be kicking and doing what we're doing.
And I do want to get to that journey again. It's something that you've shared with me and with us in the past here. But to touch on the No Shave November campaign quickly, and you mentioned the keyword milestone there, what is it that David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation is putting particular attention on this November?
Yeah, I think for us, we in the past we did No Shave, November, and this year we decided to kind of reimagine things with Let It Grow. And really the whole idea for us is definitely bringing awareness to cancer, men's health, but this year for us, really, it's about patience, right? When we first started, we said, we're just going to help head and neck cancer patients because that's what David had. And very quickly we realized cancer is cancer, right, for everybody, for their families, caregivers, for the community. And this November kind of reflects that for us. We just want to help people, right? So we raise awareness for the cause, for our mission and what we do. And then obviously there's the fundraising component behind it that allows us to bring hope and financial aid to families that are struggling, which are, especially during these times, too many to mention. And that's where the foundation comes in, especially with this campaign. And it becomes a lot more about patients and families than just about raising awareness, for men's health and things like that. It really becomes even broader than that and bigger than that.
And, Chief, this has been an organization, not just this November, but in previous years where you and your department have have helped David in raising funds and awareness for what his foundation does and everything. So what has it meant for you to continue to support this organization and try and help David get the message out and try to and help people who are battling cancer?
Yeah, sure. So David and the foundation, what they've been doing for our community, little LBI, and now expanding throughout the state and greater, has been just unbelievable. So just to have the opportunity for not only my department, but this year, every police department on Long Beach Island to all stand together, stand side by side, and let it grow to raise awareness and funds that go through the foundation to help people in our area who are battling a cancer diagnosis is just, I couldn't ask for anything more.
In discussing this with the other LBI police chiefs in preparing for No Shave November this year, what was some of their reaction, their comments in saying yes, we're all in and helping this foundation this year?
It was easy. There was no hesitation. Every police chief said, "Yep, I'm on board, and let's do it." The conversation was quite minimal because they jumped right in.
David, over the years, I know you've helped. You could hit on the exact number: over 1,800 families in the last 10 plus years, almost 11 years here. Raised a lot of money for individuals battling cancer, trying to help them and their families out. How have you seen this? Your efforts, the efforts of the organization, grown in the last decade?
Yeah, a lot. So the number now is over 2,000 families with over $2 million in direct financial aid. So what that means is, we look at families in the community and now throughout the state of New Jersey, and whether it's a husband taking care of a wife or wife taking care of a husband, or God forbid, either or both of the parents are taking care of a child, they're taking off from work in a lot of cases to take care of the individual in the household. They fall behind on bills. So we step in and are able to help with groceries, transportation to and from those doctor appointments, rent, mortgage, utility bills, medical bills, you name it, we can help with. I think what Chief, rightly puts into perspective is those chief of polices throughout Long Beach Island hopped on board because the likelihood is every single one of them knows one of the people that we have helped, right? And I think as we kind of go through these years here, and now we're, I think, over 2,100 families, that's a lot of families in a short amount of time. And the need isn't decreasing, it's increasing, right? We all know somebody diagnosed with cancer. We also know somebody that's struggling due to a diagnosis, right? And the foundation is there to pick them up, shine a light of hope in their life. And, sometimes the emotional support that we bring, whether it's me, whether it's Chief here as one of our advisory board members, it's a really big deal. And we also have wellness providers that provide, support, whether it's massage, acupuncture, counseling, physical therapy. Really important additional treatments that help a patient and family going through a diagnosis. So, we're really personal with each patient, with each family, and they mean a great deal to us and their care and well-being.
Chief, I want to ask just something that David hit on here with knowing somebody in the community, maybe it's family, friend of a friend, family member of a friend, or just maybe a resident in another community here. Whether it's Harvey, Cedars, Ocean County, or elsewhere here, what does it mean to you? Do you know? Have you had that? Can you know anybody with cancer or anybody in the community who's kind of gone through that fight? And secondary, what does it mean for yourself, as a leader in the community, and as well as the other chiefs, to be able to step up and help lead in this effort as well?
Yeah, sure. So, like David said, everyone knows somebody who has been diagnosed with cancer. Me personally, it was my mother back in 2016. So that's my personal story. But this campaign, it's something that everybody has to deal with. And so it's very easy to everyone to stand behind a common cause. So that's why this really hits home for me personally, but it's an easy sell for everybody else to get on board because it's something that we all deal with on a daily basis. I mean, there's days and weeks that go by, and it's just one story after the other, and just when's it going to end, and what can I do? And this is one thing that everybody can do. Just raising the awareness and raising the funds. We opened today with joking, around about our beards and our gray hairs or some their lack of, but we are going to have fun with this month, and that's where it all starts. And like I tell my officers, I said, we have to have fun, right? And this is one thing that we're going to break the rules for the month. The majority of police departments in the county and the state typically have different rules and regulations and policies prohibiting certain types of facial hair. So this month, our police departments and the ones on Long Beach Island and the surrounding area kind of put that aside for this cause, and that's how much it means to everybody to do that. So it's just this cause really is something that hits me personally, and certainly hits many people.
David, certainly the one in the room here who we both know, has battled cancer. Certainly the two, 11 years, cancer-free and everything. I know it's a story we've discussed in the past, but for those who may not know your story, your struggle, I know once you found out, the lump in your throat, finding out that you had stage 4 head and neck cancer, losing 65 pounds, laying on the bathroom floor. What was it, that diagnosis like from moment you got diagnosed, rather, to that entire battle, that entire struggle that you were in, and the people who were there to help you? Yeah,
Chief knows too. My sister and brother-in-law very well, and my nieces and nephew. I don't have kids of my own, so they're everything. They're my world. And there was an overwhelming thought at the time that I may not get through this. I knew how bad the diagnosis was, how serious it was, and the overwhelming thought at the time was I, number one, wanted to create something that would help pay forward the kindness that I received. The other almost overwhelming thought was, if I didn't make it, even though I was going to fight like hell to get through it and beat it, was if I didn't, I wanted to leave something behind that, my two nieces, Isabella and Sabrina, and my nephew Tim, would be proud of their uncle. That, this organization was created to help other people, right? I think, a couple days ago was World Kindness Day, right? And I always say, whether I'm tweeting or whatever, kindness matters. Chiefs is an example of that, going to the other chiefs and asking them to participate, right? So knowing it was that bad during that initial diagnosis, there was still that thought, we can do something with this, right? We can take this obstacle and make it an opportunity to help others in that moment. Now, truth be told, I don't think any of us, friends included, family, ever thought it would be what it is now, right? None of us, if we took the truth serum, would think that. But look at what it has. Look at what has been created. 2,100 families plus have been supported in some way by this organization. Over $2 million has been given to those families. And, one of our trustees, Bill Rainey, who Chief knows, who's participating in Let It Grow this month, lost his wife to cancer. And he will tell you, yes, they were supported financially, but the overwhelming emotional support that he, his wife, and his children have received, not only during that time, but even after Lauren's passing, there's no words for it. And I think that also needs to be talked about when we're talking about this foundation. It's not just the money, it's not just the financial donations and grants that we give these families. It's we really wrap our arms around them and take them in as family.
Now, in hearing some stories today, whether individuals, families who are seeking out help and services here, how does that continue to build the organization, to grow it? How do you relate to maybe some of the people coming forward, some of the people who need help? How do you go about helping them once somebody's in need of services?
Yeah, the easiest way is to go to our website, davidsdreamandbelieve.org, right? And you'll be able to connect with me directly through the website. I think the Let It Grow campaign, if you look at it, my nephew, who's at JMU right now, a junior in college, he has his fraternity participating in it, right? So the impact really is now we're teaching a younger generation. It's pretty cool to help people, right? And those people in the community, whether it's Long Beach Island, whether it's Toms River, whether it's Bergen County or Cape May, we're here to help, right? The easiest way to go about finding that help or looking for that help is going to the website, right? Our contact information is on there, phones, emails, and just reaching out. We have a brief patient application that they have to fill out, and that's it. Our turnaround times are usually a week to 2 weeks, if not sooner, if not within 24 hours. We're sending out a check to help out. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Are there certain questions or qualifications, guidelines that people need to fill out to seek services?
No, I think the biggest thing for patients to know is we've never turned down a patient in all 11 years. If we don't have the funding readily available, hence events like Let It Grow, it may take us a little bit more time to get to you, but we will always get to you. And I think that's, one of the things I'm probably most proud of is we've never said, no, we can't help. We might not be able to help today, but maybe in a week or two. And I think that, I don't want to speak for Chief here, but I think that drives them too. They know, whoever it is, whether it's my nephew at JMU doing Let It Grow, they can have a positive impact on a patient and a family today, right? So the more they share that awareness, share this campaign, they can positively impact somebody today. We can get funds to somebody today. So I think, again, I don't want to speak for Chief, but I think that's why they participate. They know it's going to help somebody immediately. That's impact.
Chief, I'll transition over to you to respond there. How will you continue to help get the word out the rest of November, and anything else that you and the department has planned to help David's foundation?
Yeah, sure. So, like every November, it's always important to raise the funds. I think this November, probably just like last November, are even more important because the majority of the funds that the foundation has come through events. Right, Dave? If I think I'm correct on that, and what would be a conversation if we didn't mention the word COVID? So in the last, since the last 2 years or so with COVID, a year or so, those events just didn't happen. So this is why it's even more, more of opportunity for the local police departments down at JMU and all the other individuals who are participating in this, just to get the word out. We're here to raise money, but also awareness. And awareness sometimes is just as important as the money. And I know certain people don't have money to give to this campaign or any other campaign, but you can certainly share it on your social media platforms, share it with your friends, share it with your family, and help us just get the word out.
I want to close up with this. I'll give each of you a chance to answer here. Your message out there to anybody who is currently battling any type of cancer, was recently diagnosed, or somebody who knows a family member, a friend, or just somebody in the community who's going through it right now. Just words of encouragement, words of wisdom, information on how to get some help. Chief, I'll let you go first here.
Yeah, so we're here to help. Right? Especially the local police department, we're here to help serve the community. And this is one thing that, not only Harvey Cedars, but, Ocean County, New Jersey, but across the country participates in this campaign of No Shave November, Movember, Let It Grow, whatever you want to call it. So we're here to help. We're here to get the word out, get the awareness, and get the funds, and so hopefully that we can help someone who's been impacted by a cancer diagnosis.
David, to close out, the same question to you, and whether it's advice from somebody who's gone through it or somebody who's seen other people go through it as well. Your words of encouragement, wisdom, ways to get out and get help, for advice for people who are, watching somebody go through it.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is hope is on the way, right? Our logo is the lighthouse, right? Barnegat Lighthouse. And there's a reason for it. It represents hope, right? Sailors coming through port, lights on, it represents hope. It represented that for me as well. And, it's also the life preserver. And I think the foundation is that life preserver. It is that lighthouse. And I think Chief touched on it. We are still in COVID, and without events, I think we've had one over the past 2 years in person. It is extremely difficult. But that being said, that makes events like Let It Grow that much more important for us. And again, the Chief mentioned it too. You don't have to always donate. If you can just share. If you know Chief and see his post, share his post. That goes a long way, because that whole network of that person is now seeing the message. And they are able to bring hope to somebody they may not even know. And I think that's critical.
David, thank you for your time today and for sharing your message, and Chief, to you as well, for sharing your message and support for the foundation and gathering the support along LBI.
Of course. Well, thank you, Vin. You've always been a big proponent and supporter of myself and my department and law enforcement in our area. So thank you for this opportunity today.
Chief, David, thanks again. And all of you out there, David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation, they're on social media. You can go to their website as well. Chief Burnaford and the Harvey Cedars Police Department have been sharing the foundation and their message on their social media pages as well. We'll get it up on ours. And again, like David said, if you're able to donate, great. If your means allow. If not, just share the word, spread the awareness, and help somebody else out there, because you never know who's going through it or who may be going through it in the future. So be a community, Ocean County, statewide, and do your best to help out and spread awareness, not just in November, but all year long. Once again, for Harvey Cedars Police Chief Robert Burnaford and David Caldarella, the CEO and co-founder of David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation in Manahawkin, I am Vin Ebenau, and thank you for watching another episode of Eyes on the Jersey Shore.